Good afternoon, everyone. It's March the 7th, 2021. It is Sunday. Peaceful Sunday to everyone. And I just wanted to say, everyone was asking me to elaborate regarding the idea that the addiction gene can be tweaked, creating addicts or creating zombies, basically. What happens is, with this nanotechnology that is fairly new, but I think it's been going on for a long time, secretly, this rollout wouldn't be happening with something that new, so it must have been known for a little while anyway. Trying to get comfortable here. The nanotechnology really is quantum technology. It is particle physics. Do you know anything about particle physics? Do you know anything? No. Okay, well, you need to study about particle physics because this is really the future. And it's the future about everything that we know regarding quantum. Quantum being, or quanti being the smallest matter, smallest proton matter. Perhaps it's a neutron, but I believe neutrons are antimatter protons. And that the electron is the spark between the two at the critical juncture of the sun. What you have is matter and antimatter battling it out, dueling it out in neutron-proton exchange, or it's the original protoplasm. And I believe now it's the original protoplasm is the quantum field. And that is basically where we are home. However, let's get back to the virus and the vaccine for this virus. We know that the virus could be a particle. The viruses are particles. Hello. That's something they didn't tell us, and I believe that particles are formed during the exchange of matter and antimatter, aka a Big Bang. And there's been many, many Big Bangs because there are many, many particles, and each time a new Big Bang happens, not only does it create gold, which is atomically pure, it creates particles, and really, really intense particles of light, which are the smallest matter known as quantum. And the protonic field is quantum field. And that goes beyond particles, because particles really are condensed quantum in a duality, which has neoprotoplasma energy around it. Is it pure or original protoplasm? Because protoplasm, the G particle, cannot truly exist in a duality or multiplicity duality. We are a slough from the protoplasm and dueling slough. In other words, it's trying to get back together to become the original protoplasm. Does that make sense? So when we're talking about this vaccine to cure the particle called a virus, what we're really looking at is nanotechnology to cure it, because it is dealing with the smallest, minutest, that's not a word, most minute particle of matter, and then it dissolves into antimatter or the protonic field, the quantum field, of which we have not attained if we are in duality. But we might be, because of the gamma radiation, which is actually the protoplasm through neoprotoplasm energy coming into us now. It's green. Did you notice that really the blue or turquoise coronal ring? You know what that is? That is that neoprotoplasm energy coming from the original protoplasm, or the God particle, the truly beautiful particle in the world. The one that acts like spooky action at a distance, which definitely was discussed about by Einstein. And how he knew all this so many years ago proves to me that they've had nanotechnology for years. It is nuclear medicine after all, but it's just people just lost interest in it. But there's a few people who understand it. But to understand it really takes a little bit of tweaking, because all this has been hidden knowledge, because I think dealing with nuclear stuff, I don't think they wanted your next door neighbor making a nuclear bomb, so I think they kind of kept it under wraps. But it's pretty well obvious if they can be making viruses that cause a pandemic right now. If that's the case, and if it is truly a leaked virus from a lab or warfare lab in China, wherever, and if it is a plan to take over the world or become superior, I don't know. It's just crazy. But, I mean, reality is an illusion when you get into the particle physics. We are light molecules, basically, part proton, and surrounded by that black hole, which is probably antimatter or reversed proton matter, and it cycles until it achieves that cataclysmic point of zero particle or 0 point energy, which is really the quantum field energy, and it tries to get back to that, not with a lot of luck until it hits the jackpot or I think the cycle is very perceptive. It's very direct. It takes this many years, and even though there might be many cycles, there's probably one bigger cycle that is the hugest, the big one. The hugest, that's not a word either. I'm having a hard time speaking today. I think it's because there's so much going on that interrelates, I guess, when you're talking about vaccines, you're talking about viruses, you're talking about, is it safe? Is it safe to get a vaccine knowing that it's protoplasma? Yes, it is. Why? It can't touch you. Nothing can touch your soul because you have a Methuselah star as your third eye. Your third eye it's incorruptible, really, truly, like those saints whose corpses are perfect, well, whether or not they're waxed or whatever, or, but nothing really here in duality can be that. It's neutron is decaying. Proton, pure proton is the essence of the God particle. So what we need to really get back to is that God particle. And what we really need to know is where can we get protoplasma? They already have found telomerase. Why not protoplasm? Is it helium-3? We could cure everyone. We could be in the place where we're supposed to be without neutron decay in the first place. That's right. We wouldn't have viruses because they're particles of decay, unless it's a God particle, which is a perfect proton particle, which is representative of the original protoplasm field, of which we exist just beyond the fray. Let's get back into the place where we belong, the protoplasma energy field of God's love. Amen. I'll talk more about what I was going to say because I think I got off topic, but I'll talk more about the vaccine. It was a little nefarious. I really didn't want to talk about it, but we'll talk more about the nefarious aspect of the virus in the next issue. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye, Z's.